Okay, I'm going to be optimistic and say hello, YouTube viewers. My name is Chilburn, and I'm going to do a quick review of the World Tech Warrior Renegade Dart Blaster. This is actually a 10-shot flywheel semi-auto blaster with a rotary system here. Thought I'd give it a whirl. I went online to look for reviews. I didn't see any, so I had no idea what I was buying, and after buying it, I thought I'd make a quick review for anyone that wanted to buy one in the future. So I already opened the packaging because I'm a man-child and I couldn't wait. But this is pretty much as it came. You had the blaster. It came with 10 darts. They are similar to Elite darts. They're a little bit smaller, as you can see. But they are compatible. I fired Elite darts out of this. You'll see it later. No problems. So let's talk about the darts real quick. These darts are garbage. Most of them came with some sort of damage on them. That's relatively minor. Some are worse. Several of them came with extra mold lines. I don't know if you can see that underneath my finger. They flew terrible. Some of them, the heads are loose, coming off. One of them, the head was actually torn off partially. I'm basically going to throw these away. The other nice thing is that red and black looks really cool, unless it's sticking out of the ground like that in grass, and then it's almost impossible to find. They may as well have been painted grass green. So moving on, the blaster's off the packaging. Take this out of the way for a second. It reports ranges of up to 65 feet. Back of the box, nothing special. Range indicator, power switch. It doesn't have a rev trigger. It has an actual switch that turns on and off. The battery compartment is on the back. It comes out with a little tray. Access hatch on the top. Excuse me. That's pretty standard. And the revolver, dart, clip, magazine, whatever you want to call it. You can hate whatever they call it if you like. And this is true, it is compatible with all foam darts, all your standard foam darts, which is good because I'm throwing these away. Okay, that's the box. The blaster itself is actually kind of neat. One of my art teachers once said if there's ever anything and you're not sure, if you ever create something and you're not sure if it's good or bad, paint it red and black and it'll look even better. I think that's the case here. The design is actually interesting. It's fun to play with. It's very solid. I have a Dart Zone Super Magnum that I love. I play with it a lot. I use it all the time. But the plastic on it is very thin. It's very brittle. I'm always worried it's going to break. This thing is very solid. It's made of good solid plastic. The only piece that's a little flimsy is this bottom part. And as near as I can tell, that's by design so that if you whack it, it's not going to break. It's designed to flex. But all this, it's a very solid piece of equipment. The battery tray is actually on the back here. Unscrew it, pull it out, 4 AA's. For fun, I tried to put in 2 trust fires and 2 blanks, or 2 dummy batteries. It would not fire. I'm guessing there's resistors and issues inside that you'd have to deal with. I haven't taken this apart, so I don't know about that. The rev trigger is here. Rev switch, actually. It's not a trigger, it's a switch. You flip it back, and the blaster starts revving. I'll go ahead and turn that off. The positioning is not great. I'm right-handed. I can kind of manage to flick it on with my thumb, flick it off with my thumb. If you're left-handed, good luck. You're going to have to use your other hand to flip that switch on and off. With the switch off, the trigger does not pull, so there's a lock in there. Once you flip it on, pulls, fires, you can see the cylinder rotating. The access tray is located at the top here. It opens and closes, catches, I believe it's just catching on these diamonds along here. With the access tray open, the blaster will not rev. However, if you just move it slightly, there's no problem. Jam your finger in there, do all kinds of crazy things. Shuts off, turns on, blah blah blah. As far as the ergonomics, the handle is, I'm going to do this left-handed just to make it easier for positioning. The handle is decently sized. The finger grooves are kind of in a weird place, so my fingers wind up resting on the ridges as opposed to the grooves, so that's not great. The stock is pointless. This is not a stock you can rest against your shoulder no matter how small you are. And this piece here does the annoying thing of a lot of blasters where it bends your wrist off at an angle. Does not make it comfortable for shooting. I'm probably going to see if maybe this piece is removable. I doubt it, but you never know. And same problem right-handed, after shooting this thing for a while. At first I thought it wasn't a problem, but after shooting it for a little bit, yeah, this thing's going to dig in and you're going to have all kinds of problems. Other than that, the alignment's pretty good. There's sort of a front sight here. Doesn't really align with anything else, but it's at least a reference point that you can do some sort of aiming with. And I think that's it as far as the externals. Size comparison, just for reference, that's the World Tech, and just for comparison, this is a Strife. You can see the Strife is a little bit smaller. It's definitely lighter. This is definitely a toy with a cool design to it. It's not designed for minimalist, for optimal use. No tack rails, no mounting points, no nothing like that. But it is cool looking, it is fun to use, and I did actually shoot fairly well. It made the 65-foot range, spoilers, and I'll show that with the range test I tried to do outside. So I don't have the best yard for range testing, but this is what I could come up with. I laid some arrows out at 20-foot increments, 20, 40, 60, and 80s on the other side of the green bush underneath the tree. If it gets that far, I'll be amazed. So this is the World Tech Warrior using the the garbage darts. Let's see if I can take that out, that it came with. Let it rev up. It's firing flat. Okay, so now this is the World Tech Warrior firing standard elite darts. Flat. Yeah, helps to switch it on. So just add some shaky cam. Elite darts, whoops, there you go. That's the 20-foot mark. Up there is 40. As you can see, the elite darts all fell 30 to 40 feet. A few of the World Tech darts actually went further, which I guess makes sense since they're a little smaller and lighter, but they were kind of all over the place. The elite darts were actually at least in some sort of grouping, but again, 35 feet maybe. So for comparison, this is a stock Strife using the exact same 10 darts, and just to be super scientific, I actually took the 4 batteries that were in the I want to say World Tech, I can't remember the name now, the test blaster, put them in here, so even the batteries are the same. Let's see what happens. Waiting for the wind to die down a little bit. Maybe. Good enough. Flat. That's a shaky cam. So actually, fairly equivalent. That's the 40-foot mark, so I mean 30 to 40 feet, same kind of range actually. Not too bad. Okay, I'm going to try to arc. So this is arcing the World Tech with elite darts, trying to see what kind of max range we can get. So 20 feet, 40 feet, got one there, got one just under 60 feet, but the rest 60 feet plus, getting close to 70, got one at 70 feet, so I mean, if you arc it, it is as advertised, and I tried to do it when the wind was fairly calm, So all in all, this, I mean, it's not a bad blaster. It's certainly not a high-end performer. You're not going to be wrecking zombies or anything with it. It is. I like drum-fed blasters. They're a little easier to reload. Magazines can be fiddly, so being able to just pop a couple darts in whenever you want, not these darts, These darts is nice, you know, as you're shooting it. It's not super quick to reload, but if you're holding it, you can actually get darts in fairly quickly along the bottom. Rotate, of course I'm offside. Pop in some more. You get the idea. And rev. Not bad. Would I buy it for competition nerfing? No. Would I buy it because it looks neat and I got it for 10 bucks? Essentially, I think you can find it on Amazon for 15. Sure, it's fun to play with. So this video is probably longer than I planned and than you wanted, so I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful. Like I said, I couldn't find any other reviews online for this, so it was kind of a shot in the dark to buy it. Hopefully this will help you decide whether or not you want to buy it and make a good decision. Okay, have fun. I really appreciate it. Oh, and this is my first attempt at one of these videos, so if you could like it, I'd really appreciate it. I'd just like to know that someone out there got something useful out of this. Okay, thanks. Bye.